Alright, you beautiful peoples of the internet. I've obviously be on my gaming channel. This isn't really a gaming thing, but it's more to do with my tech part of what I do. So, Mrs. is in great distress at the minute. These are her hair straighteners. So you can guess what's happened, they're not working properly. Now, what tends to go wrong with these is one side, they won't both go together because there's two separate elements. We look at those when I open it up. But one side tends to go. So what I'm going to do on this video is I'm going to open this up, pull it apart, and hopefully remove the old part, or find me if that's the part, if part that's broken, I'll remove it and order a new part. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get this thing. So let's get this thing pulled apart. So you have to take off a little side, one of these little side panels, which I'll just use a little flathead screwdriver for that. So they have been apart before. There we go. You see that just popped off, flew off into heaven. There's a bolt there. I'm not sure the other side comes off. I think the other side comes off as well. There we go. So if we have a little look-see there, hopefully it'll focus. So we've got a screw and a bolt, so we're just going to remove that, and that will allow us then to get into the gubbins. I don't know if that's the right size screwdriver. Now then. Right, so I'm going to need two screwdrivers, and instead of using a cross, I'm going to use a small flathead. So this is the tricky bit. I'm going to use the flathead on that side. So I'm just going to hold that there. It's a bit of a stupid design, really. I need a small screwdriver, I do. So it's very tricky to hold this and pin that at the same time. Now, okay, I might have to do this off camera just to... Oh, I think I've got it. It's on tight as you like. Whoever is in there last didn't want me to get back in there. Okay, let's find a better flathead. And we will approach this from the two-angle method. Yeah, that is bloody dangerous. Yeah, so GHD, I don't know what you think. You know, these the way you do these is kind of dangerous. Really, what I need to do is put this into a clamp. I haven't got a clamp, so that's, as you can see, I'm getting slightly frustrated by that. It should be very simple to undo a screw, but thank you GHD for making everything so bloody complicated. We'll try it like this. Still very dangerous. There's a good chance I'm going to end up hurting myself doing this, because what's happening is I'm putting pressure on there and pressure on them. Because it's very jiggly, I've got nothing to hold it on to go through, and next thing you know, I'll have a screwdriver in my hand. So I'm just going to get a different tool. Right, we're bringing out the big guns now. Get the old Dwalty on it. Make sure that's going anti-clockwise to loosen. There we go. We got it. So, sorry about the noise there, the drill would have made quite a bit of noise. So we've managed to get that bit out or off, and then this should just slowly screw off. Well, that's going to be awkward as well, is it? Right, sorry about the noise. I need something really small and thin to push through there. There we go. Let's put a bit of pressure. So what I've done there now, this is going through, it's going to put pressure on the screw. Just so, oh, not actually a screw, it's a pin. Right, so that's hopefully the trickier part of the operation out of the way. Okay, so that's come loose now. Right, that allows us now to get to the screws here and here, which is, fortunately, that's a more normal affair. These are very awkward. Now there should be a couple of screws, there they are. There, that will allow me to get to the wires, so I think I'll take them off first. So there's two screws, which takes a bit of manipulating to get to, but they're hidden in there. So I think they're crossheads. Let me just get a bit of a light on there. I'll use my head torch a minute. It's a bit bright. Yeah, they are. They're little crosshead screws, or fillet screws. Want their real name? Oh, are they really that loose, or is this just not a grippy enough screwdriver? Try this size. No, that's not gripping them. I hope these haven't been sheared off. I will try a very small flathead. Sometimes that can... doesn't sound very healthy, does it? There we go. Right, so there's that screw out. So let's just put the screws by here. That's one of them out of the way. Now we've got to get to the other side. Just about do. Okay, that one's a lot easier. There we go, that's that one out of the way. Now I should be able to pull this back piece off, which means I can loosen that off. There we go. So now we'll open up the actual gubbins. Again, I think they're all the same. These are going to be all the same screws. Oh, there's a slight difference between them, so we'll keep these separate. I think it's just the two. Am I getting this in camera? Yes, it'll be in camera. So there's those two. May as well just do this side at the same time. Now the thing is, I can't actually remember which side of these is actually gone, so we'll find that out with the multimeter in a minute. That'll let me know where the problems lie. I'll get rid of the drill. I won't be using that again. Right, so that just folds off once you've got that piece out of the way. This should just fold off as well, really. I can't see anything else holding it there. There it goes. It's just all the hair wax and all that is holding it all together. So we'll just pull these two pieces out of the way. Carefully don't lose this piece. It's a little where the LED light goes. A little cover. Okay, so this is on and off. Now what tends to be the problem is these go. So I just show them. Out they come. And it should just pull off, that's it. Now in here you have a resistor in here. Ceramic resistor. So what I'm going to do anyway, I'm going to have to get the multimeter out, and they are fairly gunky. That's not my hair that's doing that. there we go. So we've got this one out. Now one good thing I do like about these are all screwed on, so they're not actually soldered to the main board. Now that is very good in the fact that you can actually replace the whole thing if you needed to. So I'll give them a bonus for that. Right, I'm sure when I looked at these before, which was many moons ago, I'm sure it was something like I can't remember if it was 60 kilo ohms or 600s. I'm sure the number 6 is coming into my head here. So, well, one of these is going to work and one of them's not going to work. So, and it looks like there's two different ones because there's two brown wires and two grey wires going in. So it should be side by side. No, that's not giving me anything. That's giving me a 1 rating. Maybe that's the side that's gone. We will find out soon enough. And the funny thing is, those ones have been screwed in, but these ones, that one is. I'm getting one there, one there. Alright, what's that coming at? It's 23 kilo ohms. Oh, 30, maybe 30. So is it these two that have gone on this side? And that's 0, so there's 0 resistance on that one. There's a little rubber, there's these little rubber things that live on here. Right, so let's get these unclipped. So there's little clips on the side here. Now, if I'm right, these should then allow me just to pull it all apart properly. He says, but they don't look like they're wanting to come off. In fact, that plastic's gone. Yeah, so the plastic has gone on this one, so that might be part of the problem. It's damaged plastic. Well, that won't be why it won't electronically be not working, but that could be part of the problem. Right, so I'm going to stop things for now while I just go and check on these. So bear with me. Right, so I am back, and what I did do, I plugged it in. I shouldn't really plug things in when it's all exposed electrically like that, but this is the side that's working, and it's still warm. But I've unplugged it now, so it's safe. This is the side that's not working. So when I measure, I can get this on the camera here. Oh, I know it's still a bit warm, but so I'm getting 81 ohms, I'm not sure if it's kilo ohms, 81 is the figure I'm getting there. And when I measure the equivalent on this side, I'm guessing it's the equivalent. I'm only getting a 0.8, so 10 times less of that same version, although I'm getting 80 across that one. So there is a discrepancy here. I'm getting 1 across that, so I want to measure the middle one there. I'm getting 80 there, so it's funny that they're both measuring. This is the one, so this one's not measuring 80, it's measuring 0.8. That's measuring 80 though. Now I'm assuming that these are wired the same, that the externals and the two internals are wired the same as the two externals and the two internals on these. So, well, we know this is the one that's not working. But also, if we look, a slightly different setup. I'm probably going to burn my finger a bit. See, this one has a piece here. This one doesn't have the same sort of piece. So there is a slight difference between the two, and I'm currently burning my fingers here because these are still quite warm. So we'll leave that side, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to pull this apart. So I'm fairly sure these clips come off. How we get them off, I can't entirely remember, but I'm sure they should just flick off really. Yeah, that one's come off. I can remember something sliding in these, but then this does slide out. So, well, I've got that one loose. Let's see if we can get this one loose as well. Right, that one's loose. I managed to pull a bit of rubber off it. We'll remember where that goes later, we hope. Right, there we go. So we got the metal clip off that side. This one's been a little stubborn. A little monkey, little bugger. Come on. It's definitely been a bit trickier. And at some point you're going to see me stab myself, because the way these are designed, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Well, essentially this is off, but it's just been a get. Yes, and it does, in theory, all slide out. That should then all slide out once this is out the way. Now, I'm just going to move all the bits into here, because if I slide with my hand, slip with my hand, and knock all this flying, we will never be putting it back together, and my name will be mud. So trying to get under this and remove this is not the easiest. Helps if you use the right screwdriver, mate. Ah, there it goes. Well, that was really annoying. So there's the clips. I don't know if that'll focus or not, but we got that out now. I'm pretty sure this slides. Yes, it does. Will it slide all the way off? No, because this is in the way. So that's annoying. So does it slide and then come off? It's definitely designed that it should slide. See, that looks like this is the wrong size for this. Yes, that's designs then, so you can pull this bit out. There it comes. Worst design ever. don't need the multimeter for a bit, so let's move that out of the way. Get ourselves sorted here. So what I'm trying to do is remove this back plate, and that doesn't seem to be happening too easily. And what I think happens is this slides up enough to remove this, so really the whole lot should slide together. Maybe that's what I've got to do, slide it up. Oh, it's like it's jamming on something. And I can't see that it's jamming on anything here. You know, in theory it looks like it should just all slip off. Yeah, maybe this is where it's going wrong. Is that the flathead? Yeah. Sorry, that's just the cat going insane. Oh, it's been a little booger. I have no idea why that is not slipping out. And that's connected to that, that's connected to that. So I'm guessing that is where the problem lies. Oh, feels like I've slipped that a bit further now. Oh, have I actually got this out enough to... Yes, I have. Right. So I'm not sure why that wasn't slipping properly. It's funny why this one has this and this one doesn't. Now I'm not sure, because previously these went in for repair into I repaired them once, and then second time round I struggled. I can't remember why, but the missus was like, I think I might have been working at the time, and she took them into the shop and they charged her about 40 quid to fix them. So this piece I can't remember that ever being there before, but although why would that exist? So, and that's the two external parts. So back to this. Maybe that's why I get different readings. I'm only getting 0.9 of whatever that is. I have no idea what that is. Looks like some sort of ceramic block. If that's the heating mod, I don't think so. What I'd really like to do is take this piece off. see where that jams. It jams on there. There's like a little plasticky bit there, and it's just catching on it. And that's why it's not sliding off properly. It could be that it's not meant to, but these already don't work, and if I make them worse, well, so you can take them back to that shop she had them fixed in before. No, that can't be right. I'm sure this should slide off. I'll do what? If I can't slide it off properly, I'll force it off like that. It's gone back into spotting now. I need a wider one. That is my wider one. Go back to forcing this off the rail, I think. There. And I've still got no idea why it wouldn't go slide on and off properly. Like, is it just because it's all gunked up and it just needed? No idea. But we found a problem straight away. That's come off there. So is it a case that if I can just solder that back on there, it'll start working again? Fortunately, there is enough of a wire there. Just put a bit of this wire off. Oh, I think that's what I'll do. Right, well, I'll get the soldering iron. Let me get my light on for you. It's just so we can go a little bit. Fortunately, I haven't got like a macroscope or microscope camera, but upon getting that off, this wire here is not attached to there. Now it should, even the amount of force I've used should still not have broken that off. So I think what I'm going to do is solder that back on there. But let's just do, just out of interest, so we're looking around the 70-80, wasn't it? Now what I'll do, I'll follow that back here. I was getting a reading then. Pull that there. 70. It was, yeah, I'm just, it is saying 70. Yeah, there we go, 70. So that looks like what the problem could be. So pull that out the side. Again, I still want to know how this is supposed to slide on and off. See, it is touching on that bit. Looks like that will slide better on that way. It may be a case where it doesn't slide off, and that's the way you got to do it, is basically force it off. It's not snipping very well. Just try a little bit of saliva on there to see if it slips it. No. Okay. Fine gunk. Oh, sorry, they're very gunked up. Phew. Right, anyway, we're going to go and get the soldering iron, and we're going to solder that back onto there, and then we'll plug it all in and see if it still works. Right, so I'm back. I've got my little magnifying glass here to help me see. So first thing I'm going to do is snip a little bit of this wire off. You may hear a buzzing as well in the background. For some reason that's just the noise that my soldering iron makes. That feels like I've cut through. Just being quite gentle with the cut here. I'll just try and pull that off now. I might have to put this way, which will affect the your view of things, but get in there with your fingers. Quite an awkward. It's like a wax bit of wire. It's quite unusual. I think I've got. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Do you know, I think I'll just melt whatever it is off there. Well, it's coming off now. Don't have to burn myself. And just hold this with this. Just very gently, just holding it. I'm not snipping it. It's a weird. It's a very weird wire. What I need is my stool to sit down. There we go. 2 seconds. I don't want to make my back any worse than it is. Trust me, it is pretty bad. Let's put a bit of flux on there. Bits come off, whatever that come off. So originally that was over there like a sleeve. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here, nothing complicated, but it's just annoying, is I'm trying to clean. Ah, there we go. I've got clean. Yeah, that wasn't very good, is it? That's why I keep snapping. It's not the best wire. I think what I'll do is put this sleeve back down on it as well. Do I need that sleeve on it? Perhaps I don't. It's a really annoying wire. And the thing is, I think it's like a heat-proof silicone, so I can't even melt it off. Right, okay. I have a solution to this, and that will be a razor blade. Stanley! Where are you, Stanley? Here's Stanley. Here he is. I'm going to get old Stanley just to... Oh, I can't even see a wire on there. I don't know if you're picking this up on the... Will it pick it up on there? I don't know if it'll pick it up anyway, but I'm trying to expose the wire. But the wire just seems to be... I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, that's why. There is no wire there. Pretty sure that's just plain plastic. It is. Well, no wonder we're having trouble here. Right, there we go. I'm struggling like hell then because that's proper broken. Now the thing is have I got enough here to fix it? Have I got enough to get there? Because quite a bit of this wire is now shorted off. So I can put the sleeve back on it. That's good. If I bring this up. In fact, I could have unscrewed this wire and done it off here. So what I need to do now is put a bit of flux on that. So I'll just use this, give it a bit of flux. So I'm just using the solder just to, as I've got nothing better to do. Right, that's nice and hot. Smelt that flux up. Okay. Let me just use these. Sure, I shouldn't be putting solder in my mouth, but there we go. Go diazoin. Just trying to get this flux, the solder to stay on it. I haven't got the best soldering iron, far from it. Right, well I've managed to put a bit of that on there. So can we now get this to stick to it? Cool wire. It has, it's lost quite a lot of its. So that's where the brake was. Although it's come off that end, the brake was down all the way down here. That's going to be a little bugger to put back on. And I'm wondering, should I just unscrew it off here? I think I am. I think I'm going to unscrew the wire off here and do it, and then screw it back on at the end. I'd better remove this bolt. There it goes. Just put it right in the corner there. Right, so this will give me a little bit of extra. Oh, I didn't burn myself in. And now I need these because this is tiny. It does help if I haven't got the shakes. It's not because I'm drinking, it's just getting older, isn't it? Right, I've got it to stick. Bit of solder. just having such a hard time getting the solder to stick. I'm trying to flux the... Now, I'm not sure if it's because I've got really shit solder in there. Other tech tubers don't have this problem, but then they're not dealing with the poor quality stuff I've got to deal with. So I can't even get the solder to stick to this wire. That's not gonna... Oh, it doesn't feel very secure. No. Oh, that's better. That's better. Turn that off for a bit. At some point I know I'm going to burn myself on it. Oh, well it's on. Right, well, let's get that out of the way. No, actually I should leave that on. I should do a test with that, shouldn't I? For fuck's sake. Come off. Back on again then. It feels like it should. It's like the solder doesn't want to come off the soldering iron. I'm not sure what that's about. Might have got it that time. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Right. I'm just going to be careful because it looks like a little bit of fluxes. That's it. pull all that stuff. Oh, just try to turn that around so it's got to go that way. Okay, that's in there. That's ready to be screwed back. Yep. Where are you, little so-so? Now then, the trick is now to give it a test. So I shouldn't really do this. This is bang out of order, but I need to check that this ceramic is getting hot before I start putting it all back. And I'm just going to do it like that. Right, is it plugged in? No, I'm going to put it in now. It's not that one, it's that one. Okay, so I just need to, yeah, that's getting hot now. Is it getting hot enough? Yeah, I feel well, I don't want to put my finger on it, put it that much. Ooh, all smoke coming off it, so that's something. Right, well, I'm going to have to wait for this to cool down now, so hopefully when I put it back together it'll stay together. Right, we're back. These have significantly cooled down, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slap this straight back on top of this, being as gentle as I can, I think. Oh, there's a little thing of flux there. Just make sure I don't catch any wires. It'll just be a case of push it back as tight as I can. And then, yeah, that's got to be the right way in it. Am I strong enough to do this? The answer is no. They've been little buggers. Get it on one side. It's almost as if it's not on the... That's on the right way. Definitely on the right way. Oh, there we go. Let's just decide they all click together. tell you what, I don't think there's enough wire to put it back down. I don't think it's going to stretch far enough. Yeah, we got problems here. So the snap in that wire, in that cable, is so much I can no longer put this back in its proper place. Yeah, I'm pulling on that too hard. Well, there's a will, there's a way. If I loosen this back off, maybe once it's all in position, it might just be long enough to... So if I do that... Right, so I can now go back in here. Oh, I've lost... Where the hell has that come from? Oh, that's how much wire came off it. Now... Hi, sorry about that, my battery ran out in my camera, but okay, so I've got spare ones. Right, so again, now I've put this back on, as you were seeing, just before the camera. Now, can I stretch? I don't think it can stretch. No, that cable is now too short to fit from there to here. So we've got problems, yeah? We've got big problems. So the place of where it snapped, it wasn't me that snapped it, that was already snapped. So although I fixed the problem, unfortunately I've created another problem in that we can no longer put it back together because our cable has literally halved in size. So right, we'll have to pull it all apart again. Right, that's that bit off. Now then, how do I lengthen that cable? This cable here. You would think it would... See, looking at that, you would think that was long enough. Doesn't make sense, does it? Try it again. It looks like it could fit. Slip that under there. Slip that down there. What a disaster. It's about, what's that, about 5 mils short. Now then, how can I rectify this? Alright, well, let me think about this and we'll get back. Right, well, I think I found a solution. What I found an old piece of wire here. Now, what this was used for is a charging cable for a PC laptop that doesn't work anymore. So I've just snipped a bit of the cable, and inside it had a copper wire wound around the outside of it. But inside it's a sleeved copper, relatively thick, so it's used to carrying somewhat quite a bit of current for charging up this laptop. Because it's quite a big old-fashioned laptop, so I'm thinking I could use this as an extension on there, so that's what I'm going to try and do. So I think first off is I'll need to remove the old one, which when my soldering iron gets hot enough, there it goes. And of course then we need to put a little bit of solder on this now. Oh, classic. I tell you what I need better quality solder. This cheap stuff that comes with you. Just jam that into there. Well, that's going onto the copper much better. So, if I can find it again. So I've managed to put a bit of solder. Let me just tidy that up. Lovely, that's come onto there quite nicely. So what I want to do now is attach this to the exposed bit of wire here, which probably not going to see on there, but that's what I'm doing, or trying to do I should say. Yep, that's gone onto there nicely. The other thing is it's got a little bit of flexibility on this, so now what I need to do then is get this the right size. I don't want too much, but I want enough that maybe a little bit of excess from last time. So I think that'll be about right. I'm just going to make a guesstimate. I've got plenty more of this wire if I need it. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is strip this end using Stanley. Now I don't want to strip too much off him. Just need enough that I can we go. Peel that back. Just snip a bit of that plastic or rubber off there. And again we'll just add a bit of solder to the end of that copper. If I can find where I put it, there it is. Oh, that goes on to that much better. And now we just need to attach this to that. My eyes are failing me quite a bit here. I know my hands are in the way of the camera here, so I'm sorry, but I'm failing at this, failing badly. Okay, time for these. straight away. Lols. Lol cats. That went on quite wise. Right, so turn that off. Screw for that is in there. Yeah, good. So essentially now I've got an extension on there. That's well sorted onto there. Should really put a little bit of this sleeve up here, shouldn't I? So I could like sleeve it over. Do I care? Do you know what? I better have. I don't want to like Mrs. getting electrocuted when she's doing her hair. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push this up here. So, oh, sorry, I'm not showing the camera away. There's a bit of the old rubber sleeving here. What I'm just going to do is use it and just bend it right past like that. Right, we'll resolder that now. Not sure if I went to ended up being a bit of a dry solder. Might been off for just a little bit too long. A bit more. That looks like it's going good. Go on. Yes. Right, now I can just slip this back. Ow! It's hot. Silly me. Now, a bit of luck, I can just slip this rubber back over. It's still bloody hot. Right, that's better. So I've got no... There we go. So I've got no exposed wire now. So it's well protected. Right, hopefully that's the last of the soldering. Let's put this back plate on, which goes this way. And again, I'm just going to slip it on, because the sliding part of it just doesn't seem to work. It's going on and off much easier now as well. Right, next bit is screw this, which is now technically the wrong way around. Let's turn that around. There we go. Screw that into there. Come on, screw. Thank you. Is it this one? Yes, it is. Right, so that's that screwed into there. Push this down. Pretty sure that these wires are supposed to be spread apart. Right, metal clips was next, wasn't it? These stupid things. I don't know if they feel right anymore. Yeah, well, they won't feel right because you put them in the wrong place, that's why. I think I'm going to struggle to get these metal clips on. They go right under here. Need a screwdriver, flathead, that'll do. Oh, there we go. That went in better than I thought it would. Let's do that one. Go on, go on, click. Click, that's it, click. Right, well they're on. There's little rubbery bits. Let's put them in. Is that in the right place? Do I care? No, it's just only an informality. That should be that way. That should be that way. Right, that's right. Push these in on this side. Okay. No wonder things felt a bit weird. Putting it in the wrong freaking way round. Right. Okay, right. That's better. Okay, so the next step is these bits. Get this one right first. Is it there? I can't remember where these went. This is fiddly, these stupid little rubber gromity things. Trying to remember where they were going. Judging by that one, it goes there, so this one must go here. I don't think they're too significant. I'll be careful there because That wire is becoming a little bit exposed. Sorry. Right, so it can't be that one. It's got to be this one with the light on. Now, does the button? Yes. Oh, that looks good enough to me. Right, it was the shorter screws, wasn't it? 4 shorter ones. How the hell have I managed to lose a screwdriver? Ah, there it is. Classic. So I'm just screwing it all back together now, basically, reversing the process that I had before. Okay. Oh, I knocked off there. That's okay. Just getting this little back fiddly piece in. Feels like that's in there. No, it's not. It's going in one side and coming to the other. That's it. I should be able to rotate. That's it. Have a fiddly thing. Bring these 2 screws. Move these one way out the way. Sometimes magnetic screws don't help. That's it. Okay, it's nice and tight. Do the other side. Drop him in. Okay, right, this is the tricky bit, is reattaching this weird thing. Oh, don't tell me I've got it first time. I have. And then that goes in whichever way it was. There we go. That's it. I'm going to lose, aren't I? Should I use the drill to tighten it back up? I shouldn't really, but it's on quite low. That's it. Got quite a low torque on the drill, so that shouldn't be a problem next time I come to pull it apart. Right, put these horrible things back on. Looks like that one goes on that side. Looks like that one goes on that side. Right, on off, okay. Trying to time the test them, of course, you won't be able to tell if they're working or not. You just have to go on my word for it. So, I'll turn them on. They're making a sound. Touching this side. Yes, that's getting hot. Yes, that's getting hot as well. Yeah, very hot. Hot enough for me anyway. I'm not going to stick my fingers in there. Right, we'll turn that off. So it looks like I have successfully fixed them. But God, that was a palaver. Well, let's hope that cable lasts that's in there. It should do. There's a good quality copper cable that's in there. We'll see. They'll either start smoking and the missus will come out the bathroom screaming, saying that her hair's on fire and that I've ruined her life. Or they could work for another couple of years before they need fixing again. In which case you can take them to the proper guys. Right, well, thank you for your view. That's me out on another somewhat successful fixing video. Bye now.